guys, it's Lauren. How are you doing? Today is June the 1st, 2023. Right now, I'm at my local splash park and making a video. I'm sure people are going to be like, what the heck is she doing? But there's two things that I want to talk about. Number one, I want to talk about the importance of how autistic people don't always respond the way that they feel, and the importance of knowing how to react to what they feel, all that. And another thing I want to talk about is how disability is viewed in other countries. As of right now, as of last week, I went to special guest speaker at my church, and she was a missionary from Africa, and she adopted a son from Africa in 2004. She was never married. But anyway, I obviously gave my mom and dad and everybody else the idea that night at church that I was really angry and frustrated, which I wasn't. I really enjoyed that lady coming to our church. I enjoyed listening to her and her son speak. We had dinner before the event started. I was obviously showing that I enjoyed it, but I obviously had a frown on my face and was doing stuff that was inappropriate, and I didn't realize it. So anyway, we got done eating. She started talking, and right before she started talking, I was enjoying everything. She had this booth of all these souvenirs that she's collected over the years from all the places that she's been at in Africa, and I enjoyed looking at that. And she starts talking, and I'm like, wow, this is really interesting. I was like, oh my gosh, I really like it. I got up a couple of times to walk around because my back was hurting. At the time, I didn't realize it, that I had an angry look on my face, and I thought I had a smile. What I obviously did without realizing it is the two times that I got up, I obviously stomped really loud and walked into the other room just to get up and walk around because my back was hurting. And at one point, I guess I was slouching and I wasn't showing the appropriate way to sit. And one of the other ladies was like, Lauren, you need to sit this way. You need to pull your dress down. I wasn't paying no attention to it. And honestly, it didn't bother me one bit that my dress was showing a certain way, because all I cared about was what the message was, and I didn't care about how I perceived myself, because I thought I'm going to be okay as long as I'm learning something, whether I'm showing it or not. Anyway, her son got up to talk, and he had a really interesting message too. And he played a song that he wrote. He's obviously a songwriter, and I really liked the song that he wrote and played. But when we got done with the event, I had a few questions to ask them, and I asked her son about it. I told him about my experience with autism and that I was diagnosed with it, and I asked how they deal with students with disabilities in Africa at the school that they teach at. He said that they are even stricter on kids with disabilities in Africa than what they are in America. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that is so terrible. And I asked him, well, what do they do for students with disabilities? Because you can't help a disability. He said that people with cerebral palsy are viewed as cursed. But he also said that they do have another program that some of their friends run that includes students with disabilities. And I said, well, that's a great thing. And I told him we need more disability ministries. And I expressed my concerns about what I feel like they should do for more people with disabilities. But I am going to say that I appreciated those people coming, and I like to hear what I learned when I asked them that question, but at the same time, it was really saddening. It's not just autism down there. It's all disabilities. And see, the main thing up here in America that people are discriminated against in the way of disabilities is autism. And by doing these speeches and by talking online like this, I want to educate others about mostly autism, because that's what I have, high functioning, and the importance of not discriminating people with autism. And as a Christian, we need to be there for people with disabilities, because there are plenty of people with disabilities in this world, and we need to show the love of God to them. And number two, my other concern is, when I got home, I went straight to my room, and Mom and Dad came on after me, and they come in and asked, Lauren, why did you act that way in church when that woman was there? And I didn't realize that I acted wrong. Both of them were like, you got up and went to the bathroom twice, and you were really loud. My back was hurting, and I wanted to get up and walk around to get some blood flowing to it. And they asked, well, why were you so angry at church? I didn't realize that I was reacting angry. But when you see a child with autism or an adult reacting like that, and they say that they didn't feel the way that they reacted, you could just say something like, I don't know if you realize it, but you're frowning. And see, I have a tendency to frown, and I don't realize that I'm doing it. And I want people to be kinder about that and say, just ask something like, did you enjoy that specific event? Whatever the response is, say something like, you were reacting a certain way. Were you aware of the fact that you were reacting the way you did? Just say something real casual like that and listen to them. And do not ever give them the idea that they were wrong, because a lot of times people with autism are totally unaware of what they're doing. All right, well, listen, I'm going to get off of here, and you all have a great day, and I'm going to edit this, and it probably won't be uploaded today. So have a great day and enjoy this beautiful sunshine. I love you all, and also like and subscribe too. Thank you. Have a great day. Bye.